Hello guys and welcome to another video where today we'll be talking about champion midfielders that have a price of around €1 to €5 that are good buys. As you can see, I have the filters here, and I think this whole video will just be scrolling through scrolling through all the cards, and then if I see some players pop up that I like, I'll talk about them and recommend them if you guys are interested in buying any. So I don't feel there are any here I'm really too excited about. And we have here, yeah, it might be a good amount of time where it doesn't happen too much as it's a lot of scrolling, but here we have a Sander Berge, who I previously have been looking at, and that is not so much because I think his Premier League, he's of course a very solid player, maybe good for Arena or something like that, but as you can see, all his pop-ups, they are in the international breaks, so for an international break this is a great player. And here we have Pape Matassa, I think is a quite good player. Is he starting this next match? No, he's not starting, which is a bit of a pity, but yeah, now when he's not starting, we do have Rodrigo Bentancur here, which I also think is a decent enough player. He also sometimes gets some minutes for Argentina. And I think also his age here, Pape Matassa, is a really good age. Weyhan Sunset, I have him myself. I think he's not playing great right now, but if he can get back to full fitness and not get all these small injuries that he often gets, which is quite annoying, I think that he will he will do really well and will definitely go up in price from this €1 he's going for. But as I said before, I think there are a good amount of different players. Some are really strong at using lineups and good scorers, and then some others where they're more for the potential, young age, and then if they get a couple of good matches, you quickly have to get rid of them and can make a big profit. But I think I'll start to scroll a bit faster. Mason Mount, I think he's one of these players who could go a lot up until since coming back from his injury, has actually played really well for United. Harry Wilson here, which I had before but I now got rid of, as I don't think I'll use him in the Premier League, but he's also in the international breaks good, and he is also a very good player in the Premier League. I just prefer the other player over him. So goodbye Harry Wilson, probably my favorite thus far. Oh, Palacios, he is a great player, I would say. Great money, great price for money. Or you really get value for money on this buy. 10th of January he's returning. It's just a question if you want to wait for that, but I think he will easily go up on €3-4 when returning after some time. And look, this card here, I would recommend buying somebody this guy because 7%, that's crazy. But yeah, it's more a question if you're willing to wait the time. I haven't really been too Dango Utura. Now, so I don't know why they otherwise paid loads of money for Burnford. I think it was the most expensive player they've ever bought. He's more for, not for lineups, but for selling later. I like Douglas Luiz. I wanted him before, but I just don't think Nottingham Forest are gonna have a good season. I think they will be 15th or something like that. They've already had a poor start to the season now, and I don't think it will change much. I'll maybe just start to. Okay, we're still getting somewhere, but now I think we'll come to the more interesting players now. It seems like they're nearly getting less and less expensive. Onana, I think is a quite good buy. Angel Gomez, he seems to be starting for Marseille, and he has been playing quite well for Lille, so also a decent buy. Nothing too interesting here. Murillo, but that's again Nottingham Forest, but not especially as a midfielder, but I'm probably buying as a defender, but he really has had some good scores, and I think he's 22, 23 right now, so also great age. Goretzka, Bayern, when he's starting, he's also a great player, but the problem is more when he's starting, which is quite hard to. I think he's often like a 40-50% chance of starting, which is really annoying. Mitoma, I think he's a player that in a way is a bit overhyped compared to his scores because his AA is just terrible, to be completely honest. He doesn't get anything over 75. Here you got some, but yeah, I think when he finds his form, I think many people will want him. So I think he's a bit of an overhyped player, and here Julian Brandt, I've myself been looking into him. He's like the one creating everything for Dortmund, getting loads of goals, assists. I think he's a great player, especially for this price. He's just getting subbed on now, which is a bit annoying, but now he scored against Bayern. I would expect him to be starting again now. Hugo Larsson, Joe Follini. I think I would rather have a Bentancur or Papa Matassa than him, but he's also okay by. Hugo Larsson, I don't think he's the player to use in your lineups, but I think he, for his age, I wouldn't be surprised if he soon gets sold for loads of money. But now there's of course still some time for a transfer window. Marino also dropped to €2. And once again, he's a great player in the international break. For some reason, he always starts for Spain, which you can also see why with these scores. But I don't know about for Arsenal how good he is there. Now I think we'll start to. We soon have to get up to those €5. I think now we get to the price range where I have a lot of my players. Gibbs White, once again, great player. It's more Nottingham Forest I'm not too fond of. I think now they're lower, but I think at least in the beginning of the season I in a way had expected myself for them to nearly be as good as last season, but now I can just see it's so unrealistic. They otherwise splashed a lot of money, but that hasn't seemed to help. Tielemans, great buy. Now injured for some time, but €4 when he's back, and you just have to wait 10-15 days. And Baena, I have 2 of him now. I really believe that he'll go up in to €4. I also think Atletico Madrid, they really need him. Now they come a bit back, and I think he will help them a lot. McAllister, I've also got him, great buy. Yeah, and then I think a player like Rizzo just in general, Frankfurt are quite interesting teams, so I probably won't buy any from there, but I could see why this would be a good buy. €4 I still think is maybe a bit much, but I still think he's a quite good buy. Isco, if he can just get anywhere close to these crazy old scores he had before, he will be going for 8, 9, €10, so that's also a great buy. And Kudus, I have him myself. He is a great player, and has especially stepped up since joining Spurs, and I think he'll just be pretty much the main man for Spurs actually in attack. I think he is already now getting loads of assists, and I think he's a great player too. And it seems like we've come to the end here. So I want to say thanks for watching, and if you guys have any ideas for any new videos, I was thinking about doing it for maybe defenders or forwards if you like this video. And then I was also thinking about making a series where I try to go from trading myself from 5 euros to 100 euros if you guys would be interested in that. See you in the next one.